We have with us Peter McGuire, the expert on crude prices, and to understand the impact on Indian macros, Dr. Samiran Chakrabarti, the chief economist of Citi India, is also joined us. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me. Samiran, first let me understand the crude geopolitics, and then I'm coming to you. Peter, exactly that. Now crude prices are reacting to everyday news coming in from the border. What is really the geopolitical premium? Once this crisis goes away, where can we see crude?
First off, we've got to work through this whole process. And that could be days, weeks, or it could even be longer. So
Yes.
That's the unknown.
Yes.
We saw a big correction. We saw a little bit of a correction last week, and a lot of heat came out of the market. And there were many analysts saying, well, this whole situation has dissipated. And now here we are on Tuesday with crude. We've got Brent crude sitting at 97. We're only a whisker away from 100. And WTI at 94. So that momentum, that build, I obviously we're going to crack the 100, and maybe you might even go a little bit further than that. The unknown is what happens as far as Mr. Putin and, of course, the situation with Ukraine.
Mm-hmm. No, I take all that. What I'm asking you is, one assumes, if one works on the argument that, abnormal geopolitical situations don't last the whole year, assuming the crisis will be behind us in the second half, what's your understanding of crude without the geopolitical premium?
Well, let's say we strip $5, let's say we strip $8 out, but the realisation is we've got underinvestment for so many years. We've got a lot of other major concerns as far as the crude metric that makes up the price. So I'm saying it's probably an $85 to $90 commodity. Okay. in the short term, right. But when we get there is unknown.
Yeah, of course. For India, we would always want to get there sooner rather than later. Just a final question to you. US is also working overtime on the Iranian nuclear deal and the sanctions. Clearly, they want more crude in from Iran to quieten the situation. And there is also US shale at some point. Perhaps it will become profitable. What about those two factors?
Well, first off, there's no doubt that US shale would be rejoicing at $93, $94 for WTI. So that's a boom for all of the shale producers. So there's a strong point and a strong reason to, if they're not engaged in the market yet, or as far as a rig count perspective, then they're certainly going to be very engaged as far as drilling. Second part, from a nuclear side with Iran, any shortfalls, and if this affects crude with as far as the supply side coming out of Russia, then naturally there'll be a further shortfall, which could push prices a lot higher. So that's the reason, no doubt, that they're trying to square something away with the Iran situation. They're a large producer, and try and shore up from any supply disruptions as we face 100 million barrels a day of consumption globally.